Hi everybody, welcome to another Change Your Thoughts Today show. My name is Stephen Aitchison, creator of PositiveLifeAffirmations.net, a program to help you change your beliefs to change your life. Okay, today we're going to be talking about how to set goals for 2017. Now, a lot of us think about this, but we don't actually do it the right way. So I'm going to show you a quick and easy method to think about how to set your goals and what to do about it. People kind of set themselves goals, but they do it in their mind. And by the time the year end comes, they've kind of forgotten what the goals were at the beginning of the year. And goals, in my opinion, should be started as soon as possible. So it's not something to set for the 1st of January, although I do it kind of that way because I kind of stick to my goals and I kind of regularly review them. And I do it kind of from the 1st of January onwards because I like to do it from first of the month, 1st of January to the end of December, and then I can go back and see exactly what I've achieved, which is brilliant. So the first thing to think about is a lot of people, when they're kind of setting goals as well, they have 30 or 40 goals for themselves. So we want to keep them as few as possible, but not too few that you only have one goal for your life and that's it. We want to have between 5 and 10 goals for throughout the year. Or if you want to do quarterly goals or kind of half-yearly goals, I do yearly goals, which work for me, and I review them regularly just to make sure I'm on track. So between 5 and 10 goals would be ideal. So when you're setting the goals for yourself, look at all the different areas of your life. So for example, mine's would be a big kind of portion of it would be for my business goals. So I've got business goals, I've got personal kind of goals as well. And under personal goals, I've got about 4 personal goals that I want to achieve. And with business, it's probably a wee bit more. It's about 5 or 6 personal goals that I've wanted to achieve. And we'll show you a way to do this, to kind of write it down. So make them kind of as not too few, but not way too many that it's just going to overwhelm you. If you set far too many goals for yourself, it's going to be difficult to choose which one to focus on, which one to kind of go after, which one to really kind of start to look at and kind of put more time and energy into it. So we want as few goals as possible, but probably no more than 5 goals for yourself, depending on what area you're setting your goals in. Now, all goals, I think, should be kind of SMART goals. We've probably all heard of SMART goals, but in case you haven't, SMART is an acronym. And SMART is, S is for specific, M is for measurable, A is for actionable, R is for what is R is realistic, that's what I was trying to think what it is, and T is for time bound. So you want to think about that and go back to the replay after this if you can't remember, but I'll put down exactly what a SMART goal is and what it should be. I wrote this in the Fringe Dwellers group this morning about the SMART goals. So want to be specific. So what's an example of specific? So a good example would be, say for example you wanted to write a book, and that is your goal. You just say, okay, I want to write a book. But that is not specific enough, because that, obviously you kind of do want to write a book, but you want to be like, for example, I want to write a book proposal for my book and the name of the book, and then have a date at the end of it. And we'll go back to that in a sec, or we'll go on to that in a second. So don't make it overall, an overall goal. Make it as specific as possible. So for the book, for example, you're going to write a book proposal for the name of the book, and it's going to be by 31st of December 2017, for example. So you want it to be specific. So it's not just write a book. You want the name of the book, or the book proposal, or whatever it's going to be. So make it as specific as possible. One for me, for example, in my kind of health kind of life, I want to start going to the gym, would be a bad kind of goal. So I'm going to go to the gym 3 times per week, starting from this date, and just make that a goal of mine. So that is specific, 3 times per week, probably lasts about 60 minutes per session if I'm going to go to the gym. So that's going to be a goal of mine. So I've been going to the gym this year. That was one of my goals, to start the gym and go at least twice a week. Met that goal, so I'm now going to up it to 3 times per week and probably go to maybe 4 times per week. So we've not sat down and written our goals yet, and I'll tell you kind of about our process, mine and Sharon's process, in a sec. Now you want to make it more measurable as well. This is where the M comes in. So if it's measurable, for example, if you say to yourself, I want to earn more money this year, in 2017, that is not really measurable. So what you can say is, I want to earn an extra $10,000 in 2017. That's measurable. So you can check on that goal regularly every quarter. Just say, okay, this quarter I got to $2,500. Next quarter you maybe got $5,000, so you're well on target to reach your goal. So you want goals that you can regularly review as well. So don't have just kind of unmeasurable goals, like just to say, I want to be happy in 2017. That's not measurable. It's a good goal to have, to be more happier, but look at the things that are going to make you happier. Look at the things that are going to give you more energy to bring that happiness about. So if you've got a goal to kind of be happy, what things make you happy? So it could be you love rock climbing and that makes you happy. It clears your head. It's a form of meditation. It's exercise all rolled into one. And so what you can do is say, okay, I'm going to go at least once per week hill walking every week. That is one of the things that's going to make you happy. So don't have a goal to say, I'm going to be happy in 2017. It's not measurable. You want it to be measurable. Actionable. Every goal should start with kind of like an action verb. Say, for example, you want to, again, if you want to write more, say you're into blogging or something like that, and just say, okay, I want to be more consistent in blogging. That's not a good goal to have. It's not actionable. So what you should say instead, I'm going to write 2 blog posts per week, every week for the next year. That is actionable. You can take action on that. You know exactly what you've got to do. It's measurable as well, and it's specific as well. You can see how this is all coming together. And the realistic, again, say for example, you wanted to lose weight and you're overweight, say by about 80 pounds or something like that. And say, well, it could be actually realistic to lose that 80 pounds in weight, but if you want to do it by quarter, if you're doing your goals by quarter and you say, okay, by the end of the first quarter, I'm going to lose 80 pounds in weight. Is that realistic? Possibly realistic, but it depends on your motivation and how you're going to go about it, etc. But it might be better to say, okay, I'm going to lose 40 pounds in the first quarter, I'm going to lose 20 pounds in the second quarter, I'm going to lose 10 pounds in the third quarter and 10 pounds in the last quarter of the year. And that's 80 pounds, which is a realistic goal. It's the same as people saying, I'm going to earn $1 million in 2017. Is that realistic? If you've never earned any money before, is it realistic? Probably not. You should shoot for the moon, definitely, but not go so far close to the moon that it's just going to be totally unrealistic. So you want to stretch yourself. So when you're setting goals, when I'm talking about realistic, I'm not trying to put that down or anything, because I always tell everybody to think big. You have to think big, but it's got to be within the realms of what you've been doing before, depending on kind of what you've done before, your knowledge and everything you've done before. So if you say, okay, I want to earn $1 million, that's probably way too far out to the moon if you've never earned any money before. So if you've earned, say, $10,000 per year, for example, that was your first year in business, for example, would it be too much of a stretch to say, okay, I'm going to earn $20,000 in 2017? So that's probably still inside your comfort zone, and it's not stretching your comfort zone too much. So what you could do is say, okay, I'm going to triple it to earn $30,000. So it's one of these goals that's just outside your comfort zone, but and it's still going to stretch you, but it's not shooting for the moon and just totally unrealistic. So you want it to be realistic as well, without kind of holding yourself back. Without a doubt, that's what you want to do. And it's one of the goals I've done for my business as well. So one of my goals was to get to $500,000 in gross sales this year. Now that was kind of stretching my comfort zone kind of quite a big bit. And I've nearly got there, didn't quite get it, but it's cool. I totally stretched it from what I had last year as well. So that was a big stretch goal for me. and that's going to be the same for next year as well. It's going to be a big stretch goal for the business. And the last one in the SMART kind of equation is time bound. You have to put a time limit on it. Now, I usually put a time limit on by the 31st of December 2017, for example. So I want to say I'm going to lose weight, but we've got this kind of weight loss challenge that we're doing, and that's starting on the 2nd of January. So by the end of January, I want to have lost 10 pounds by the 31st of January 2017. So that is a 1 month kind of goal. And I might go on and say, okay, I want to lose another 3 pounds in February, and just maintain that from there on in. So you can have specific goals for the kind of end of the month, end of the quarter, as I said, half year, or the end of the year. I usually do mine for the end of the year, but with kind of weight loss goals and stuff like that, it's good to do it if you want to do it monthly as well. So that is the SMART system for setting goals. You've probably all heard of that as well, but it's a good wee reminder just for you to think about when you're setting your goals. And as I said, what I'll do is I'll kind of write this down in a kind of a small kind of post below in the comments, just so you know exactly what your SMART goals are. Number 3, write your goals down. This is really, really important. A thing I've been doing for I don't know how long is I've got a kind of an A4 sheet of paper, a PDF sheet, and it's got a kind of heading at the top. It's got an area where I can add a picture if I want to add kind of images to it and make a little collage of that particular goal. And then I've got the date that's going to be done, and then I've got a signature at the bottom where I actually sign it and I date it from when I first write it, and then I can go back to it. So our goals we're going to go back to this year, we're going to look at later on in the week. I think we're going out on Friday night to look at the goals and set goals for 2017 as well, my wife and Sharon. So writing them down is extremely, extremely important for yourself. And it's good to write them down because you can go over them every quarter or something, or every month. So review your kind of goals regularly and just look at them at the end of the month. Okay, where am I at with this goal? What do I need to do to take action to make this goal happen for the end of the year, or the end of the quarter, or the end of the half year, however you're going to set your goals. And that's the fourth part of it, is to review them regularly. So if you review them regularly, instead of just kind of writing them down once and then at the end of the year you go back and look at it, you probably find you've not taken enough action to make all your goals to come to fruition. So it's good to review them at least once per month. So just go over your goals and keep looking at them once per month, and ask yourself, okay, what do I need to do to make this goal happen? And when you do that, you find you're more motivated to reach those goals. And you can also change your goals as well. Your goals are kind of changeable. You can put another sheet in your folder, and I recommend getting a folder as well, getting the 10 sheets in that folder, or the however many goals you've got, and keep each goal on a separate sheet. So print off a kind of one sheet for each goal that you have, and you can jot down your progress as well. So it's almost like a kind of journal that you're keeping as well for your goals, which is a really good idea as well. But keep it written on the sheets. Keep a separate folder for each year, which is a brilliant idea as well. And the last thing to think about is, do you share them with anybody else? Now, I share my goals with Sharon, my wife, but I don't really share them with anybody else. I kind of, maybe throughout the lives, or if I'm doing a live show, or if I'm doing a blog post, I'll share maybe 1 or 2 goals that I'm thinking about, but not specifically. I'll just share, this is a goal of mine to do this, but I don't share them kind of with friends, family, or anybody else. I just keep it to myself, and I work on it myself, because I want to be self-motivated, and we want to keep that momentum going, and we don't want anybody kind of putting us down and say, oh, you'll never reach that. What's the point of having a goal like that? And if they just kind of put you down, it kind of dampens your spirits a wee bit. So I wouldn't share them with everybody. I'd share them with very close people. And if you're in a circle of people, if you've got a mastermind, for example, then it might be good to share your goals there as well. And I've certainly done that with my mastermind group as well. So it's a good place to kind of share your goals, because everybody's supportive of you as well. So that's going to be a good thing for you as well. So that's it. That's how to set goals. That's a kind of, I wanted a quick way to do it, a quick, concise way to do it, so you don't have to think too much about it. And what I'll do is I'll put a comment down below this and I'll give you kind of the overview of exactly what to do. I should have actually done a blog post on it, but I've not done that. So I'm going to go to the comments just now. I don't know if we're sticking with the comments. Right, I'm just going to see any comments here. Maria Flynn, think big enough you can actually feel the discomfort and still wrap your head and heart around its possibilities, making you nervous and excited. Yes, I love that, Maria, and that's what I was trying to convey there. I probably didn't convey that as well as I should have. But that's what it's about. It's about kind of stretching yourself. Enough, I think that's my doorbell. And I don't know if Sharon's in the house. Just bear with me a wee second. Typical. Right, she's in. That's fine. Right, Gina Sendeth is no, that's what I was saying. Yeah, so stretch yourself on your goals. Make sure you get outside your comfort zone, but not too far outside your comfort zone that you're going to be discouraged. So you want to stretch that comfort zone of yours. And we've spoken about comfort zones loads of times before. So that was a good one, Maria. Thanks for that. Gina Sendef, only my angels know my goals. Brilliant. Love it. Only my angels know my goals. Love that. Thanks for that, Gina. Abigail Hurt is excellent. Yes, thank you. Brilliant. See if we've got any more comments. Suzanne Stokes, I believe setting realistic goals starts in the brain. Yes, it does. Obviously, it does start in the brain, setting realistic goals. If you set an unrealistic goal, like the example I gave, saying I want to earn $1 million in 2017 when you've never earned a penny before, that is totally unrealistic. And you have to look at what your knowledge is, what you've done before, what you can realistically achieve, and stretch that realism just a wee bit, so stretching the comfort zone, what we've been speaking about there. Just see if there's any more comments. And Kimberly D. Mann, thanks Stephen, lots of food for thought. Good, good. So hopefully you're going to be setting goals for 2017. Lorraine Emmett, I keep a reminder of my goals with me all the time in a place that I will see them, often throughout the day. Brilliant, I love that. That way they are always at the forefront of my mind and helps me to retain focus. I love that idea, Lorraine, just keeping them with you at all times. I think that's a really good idea actually. So it's just constant reminders about your goals. That's good. I like that. Stephen Webb, the importance of writing them down is huge. It is absolutely huge, and it's one of the big, huge things. I think there was a study done, but I'm not going to tell you about the study because I think it was debunked later on. So I don't know why I mentioned that, but it is really important to write your goals down. Stephen goes on to say, I've spent 30 years trying to achieve the goals in my head. I know it's a nightmare when you just set goals in your mind. You tend to forget your goals if you just set them in your mind and you just say, right, this year I'm going to do this, and then by the next couple of weeks you go, what was that goal I set myself again? And you can't remember the goals. It's a pain in the arse. So that's why it's good to write them down. That's essential to write them down as well. Sunita Esther, plan to keep a logbook. That's a good idea as well. So that's kind of similar to what we were saying. It's just keeping it written down. Keep a separate folder for 2017, and put all your goals in there on a separate A4 kind of sheet or A5, whatever you're going to do. Gina Sendev, unrealistic goals are almost a way of giving up. You know they probably won't happen, so the excuse is built in, and you don't even try. Have enough faith in yourself to set goals that you truly want and can create with effort and joyful action. Love it. I love it, Gina. And that is, and I never really thought about that way. You're almost giving yourself an excuse before you even start to think about your goal by making it totally unrealistic. So if you say I want to earn $1 million in 2017, your mind says, yeah, right, yeah, that's not going to happen. So, and you've got an excuse there already. Just it was a dream. It becomes more of a dream or a wish than a goal, which is totally different. A wish is totally different from a goal. And that's what that would become. If it's an unrealistic goal, it becomes a wish. And that's the way to think about it. But I love that way you said that, Gina. Thanks for that. Blake, sorry I can't pronounce, Charbonnet, is that right? Charbonnet? Setting goals is not the same as taking action on those goals. Exactly, you have to take action, and you have to take and that's what why the goals have to be actionable as well. So when you write them down and you've got them in your head and you've got the motivation to do it, obviously the action after that is self-explanatory. You have to take action. You can't reach a goal without taking action. So yeah, you have to kind of push yourself to take that action as well. Excuse me. Crystal Cooper Euler, ooh, I wish it hadn't come in late on this live show. It's okay, you can catch the replay. Because this is going to be a good one for 2017 for a lot of people. Even if I'm mainly talking, when I'm talking about goals, I talk about my business kind of stuff, but I've got personal goals as well. I want to spend more time with Sharon, my wife. So one of my goals this year was to finish at 7 p.m. every night. Normally I finished about 9 p.m. and I didn't get that much time with Sharon. Or my boys are kind of grown up and they're kind of, one of them's out of the house, one of them's in the house and he does his own thing, he's got his girlfriend. So it's mainly with Sharon and kind of my family through in Fife as well. So one of my goals was to finish at 7 p.m. and see my family more. So I've managed to finish at 7 p.m, but that's only been in the last couple of months that I've managed to reach that goal. Only set it in July or something like that. But I managed to reach that goal. And so one of my other goals is to finish at 6 p.m. next year. 6 p.m. every night and no later than 12 p.m. in the afternoon on a Saturday and Sunday. And that way it'll cut my hours down, way down to, I don't know, about 12, what's that, 5, 12, 60, to about 70 hours a week instead of 80, 90 hours a week that I was doing before. So that's a big goal of mine, and I'm going to reach that. So yeah, that's a good one as well. Let's see if there's any more comments. Kathy Severn, I write my goals in a notebook. I try not to have many, but what goals I have I will be able to complete. Holistic health coach. Excellent, Kathy, I like that as well. Keeping it in a kind of notebook as well is a good idea. I like to do it just in an A4 sheet and keep it in a folder and keep a separate sheet for each goal. But whatever works for you, as long as you're writing it down, you're reviewing them regularly, is a good idea as well. Crystal was saying I keep taking action and then I backslide. If I get very stressed, I feel disappointed with myself or let myself get down. And that can be a big problem as well. But what you've got to do in that situation is just let it go. And that sounds like that. So every time I hear that phrase, let it go, I just hear that song in my mind. And I'm not even going to, you probably know what I'm talking about. So yeah, just letting it go and just say, don't put too much pressure on yourself to reach those goals. And that's why it's good setting realistic goals as well, or stretch goals. They've got to be realistic, but stretch enough outside your comfort zone. There's going to be a challenge for you as well. So I hope that helps. SMART goals are the tool I use. I think that's from Emma Nestoff. I think most people use SMART goals mainly because they've been proven to work. If you use the SMART, kind of the acronym for that, it's been proven to work. So it's a good idea to do that. Sylvia Stoneman, great idea, Steve. Thank you for that. Crazy Perfect Life. Dara, deep love. Thank you very much, Dara. Really appreciate that as well. Thanks for coming on. See if there's the comments are sticking again. I apologise for this. Facebook's been a wee pain in the arse. Lily Wiley, I prefer putting reminders on the wall so they stay visible. That's why I'm going to use this in 2017. Brilliant. That's a good idea as well. Again, whatever works for you. I'm just giving you kind of a system that works for me, and I've seen it working for loads of other people as well. But whatever way works, as long as you write it down and obviously take action on them as well. Gina Sendef, if you're trying to break any addiction, food, cigarettes, vaping, alcohol, sugar, Reiki can help. Excellent. That's another kind of alternative method to break an addiction as well. One of the things I was using, Gina, funny you should say that, I'm trying to not give up coffee because I like my coffee too much, but I was drinking about 10 cups of coffee per day, which is just ridiculous. But I've got 2 sugars and semi-skimmed milk in mine. And I realised that just with drinking coffee each day, I was consuming about 1,000 calories per day just in coffee because I've got 2 sugars and semi-skimmed milk. And I'm going, that's mental. And I've got this goal to kind of lose weight as well, but I'm going to start that on the 2nd of January purely because of the weight loss challenge. Normally when I set a goal, I start from the day I set the goal. But for this one, we've got the weight loss challenge, so I'm going to start on the 2nd of January. So I managed to cut down by replacing one kind of habit and replacing it with a good kind of habit. So I drink green tea now instead. So usually by 9 AM in the morning I've had about 3 cups of coffee, because I get up about 5:30 or something. So I've had about 3 cups of coffee by 9 AM. So one of my goals over the last few months, over the last month I'd say, was to not just break that habit of drinking coffee first thing in the morning and drink green tea. So I've managed to do that. So I drink green tea in the morning, 9 AM I might have a cup of coffee, but I've cut down over the last few weeks from about 10 cups of coffee a day to about 3 cups of coffee max per day, which is huge for me. And I'm starting to enjoy the green tea as well. Really enjoy it actually. Marcia Seuss, thank you Stephen, I need to write my goals. I'll use a notebook from now on. Brilliant. I'm glad to see you're going to take action. So what we're going to do, myself and Sharon, my wife, what we're going to do, we're going to go out for dinner on Friday night. We're going to sit down, we're going to write our goals for 2017. Obviously we'll both have different goals. I'll have my business goals, Sharon will have her career goals. So we'll have different goals. So it'll be good to go over that and sit down and just kind of talk about our goals for a couple of hours and just write it down, and we'll just review them regularly as well. So I think that's going to be a really good thing. We've not went out for dinner to do that. We've kind of usually sat around the kitchen table and done it. But we're going to go out for dinner and do it and enjoy a nice meal, enjoy each other's company, and write our goals down at the same time. So that's going to be good. Gina Sendia, that's awesome. I'm a total green tea person. It replaces Diet Coke for me a year ago. So good for you too. Yeah, it's brilliant. Because a lot of people, well, I was kind of, a year ago I was drinking a lot of Pepsi, but I don't like the diet stuff. If you're going to drink juice, drink the fat stuff. So I never drink kind of, well, Diet Irn-Bru, we've got a drink called Diet Irn-Bru that we drink in Scotland. I don't know if you'd get that anywhere else in the world, you probably don't, but it's really nice. And that's the only diet drink that tastes like the fat kind of version of it. And when I say the fat version, you know, the one with sugar in it, that's what I mean. So yeah, I started drinking the green tea and it's been brilliant, so I'm glad it's working for you as well, Gina. I don't know what I was saying there before, that's why I kind of missed what I was saying. I think my mind's racing all over the place today. Okay, so I think that's it just now. I don't know if we're stuck. Gina's saying that's a great date night idea with a partner. It's brilliant. I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait. And it is a kind of date night. It's an alternative kind of date night. It's something different as well. So we're really looking forward to Friday night. So if this resonates with you, show me some hearts. Just give me some hearts on the screen. Just tap, 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 tap the hearts if you can, or click, 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 click the hearts if this does resonate with you. Just so I know I'm kind of on the right track, and we can look at this again sometime in 2017 if you've not started yet. And I might even be able to put something together, and with the PDF kind of sheets or something, and you could kind of download it, print it off 10 times and just write your goals down on that. Letitia Ray Keano, thank you for that. I just see your wee hearts flying across there. I didn't see you there in the kind of fields there. And Gina and Maria, thank you very much for the hearts. And Lorraine as well. And Darlene, just seeing your wee face there going across. Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, I'm going to leave it there just now. Hopefully you're going to set goals. I'll put some information down below of how to set the SMART goals, and just a kind of reminder of what went over today that should help you. But definitely set your goals for 2017. It will make a huge difference in your life. It has in mine, and I think it will in yours as well. But until tomorrow, will I be back tomorrow? Yes, I will be back tomorrow. Normal time tomorrow, and until then, have a brilliant day, and namaste. Take care. Bye now.